Uh, well, you may wonder who the fuck is this guy? Because maybe I don't know nobody, but I don't care about being about part of the show business. I haven't liked it to brag about things or pretend to be someone that I'm not. Much less a successful person in life, but in truth, I have more defeats than victories. And I have managed to stand up against the adversities of life. Uh, I will continue to be a resilient person with a airs of believing that I am a demigod, not about a cheat, no, because I'm not that. Much less a narcissist because I spend more busy thinking about my future than seeing what people have on social media or share or staying there sharing everything that I do to gain likes. No, no, no. I prefer to be someone low profile and be shared with my close ones. You know, I'm not an artist, nor a rock star. I don't need people to love me for doing what I do, uh, nor to see me as an idol or the love of your life. Uh, if you want to idolize or love yourself. Love what you have by your side. Love those who have contributed to make you a better person, a nice guy, a nice human, without resentment, without envy. Forgive each if you were ever hard. Only our creator is perfect. Hmm? God is the real deal. My name is Fernando, and I want to get this message to everyone. But maybe they are just words. Maybe I don't have the resource to stop this, since I'm just a person who lives in Chile, a bloodstained country where there is no priority in mental health, where education is business, and the politician businessmen are plundering our natural resources. So there are many people in the world who are suffering the same as me, the same as you. Uh, it's not running to that people come from other countries to look for a better life, opportunities, to get a job. But why they do put so many barriers to work with dignity? Huh? Why do we have to get documents to be legal? Huh? Who is legal in the world? Should I sell my body and get disease to survive? That's clearly not in my plans. And I have nothing against to who does it. But I prefer to take care of my personal space and not let anyone to see my intimate parts on the internet. Since I would rather start to death than having to do that. I will even avoid being harassed by morbid people and sexual retards who are dedicated to disseminate material with or without your consent. That is really sick people, full of psychopaths, without a life, men and women living in a bubble waiting to be approved for showing their intimate parts because they can handle an unstable relation. They can handle with a real job at 6 or 8 o'clock in the morning. They will talk you about their past problems, bad childhood, and that crazy shit. That people know how to manipulate very well. They will drain your energy. They never care about their mental and body health. In the worst of the case, all people will justify the bullshit. So don't let those psychopaths pollute you with their shit to justify what they do. Cause they are insane. Those sick people who don't believe in the coronavirus either, but they believe in absolute conspiracy created by drug addicts. And one more thing, don't trust in anyone who tells you that they don't have the HIV. Use protection. You will have sex with someone else, and don't let them manipulate you to or try to separate from your family. That isn't nice. That's no nice. The worst thing is that underage people are following in their footsteps and will become depraved, lacking all their skills or without a serious job or studies. Watch what your children do on the internet. Watch out. Clearly, I'm not a sellout. Doctors and nurses aren't sold out either. Their job is to take care of our health. They are the true heroes in these pandemic times, and they deserve respect, total respect for them. Now we'll have to come to that if we all live equally and with more opportunities, without discriminating by appearance or being humiliated for being attracted to a person of the same gender or being crucified for being born in a body that doesn't make me feel identified. So if we were all treated with affection and setting limits from childhood, teaching what is right and what is wrong, there will be no polygamy or bigamy. There will be no abandonment or abuse from our parents. Much less we will be thieves. We could live in a healthy way without hurting others. We are supposed to have feelings, but where are they? I'm not here to talk about me, and you may find my point of view boring. I don't care anyway. I prefer to go in a healthy way, and you can stay in your egocentric, selfish, and insane position. So, I want to talk about the damage that we have done to the earth. I'm here to talk about the damage that we do to each other, fighting for a piece of land that it's not ours, causing wars between brothers, and the truth is that being greedy will not take anywhere. That will not take you to anywhere. That is shit. So another bad point is overexploiting natural resources is not the way to get out of our problems. Creating weapons of war is not the solution either. So why cannot we live in peace among us? No job is worth more than any other job. So why can't we live in dignity? How long will we put up with the plundering of powerful men and abusing men if they depend on us to make a nation work? But in return they give us crumbs. What good is so much wealth if When you die, it will not serve you. Money doesn't serve you in a coffin. Why can't we live equally? Why is there overpopulation among sports? Why does one soccer player earn more than another soccer player in an exaggerated way? What good is having so material luxuries? What good is the existence of so many brands of cars if in the end they only serve for one purpose? You know what is that purpose? Obviously. What is the existence of so many cell phones if they only serve for one purpose? No? If there were no mafia, we could also live fairly. I am also saddened by the massacre that's happening between brother countries, where each one had a common history. Oh, I say that as a person of faith, Jesus sacrificed himself for us sinners. In the name of God, he enforced his commandments, but they forgot that detail. Jesus was also a philosopher. He wants us all to live in equal conditions, no more, no less. So, why are they still fighting for a piece of land that was created for all mankind? Why do we still live in a world full of xenophobia and racism? If we come from a single human being common. I speak to all countries, especially Israel and Palestine, and I told you, stop the fire. Please stop the war. You are killing innocent people for selfish acts. You are killing people who are trying to overthrow your ambition of power. What's it even out with the COVID worldwide? What's it now to see your loved ones die from that virus? Why do you continue to break God's laws? Enough preaching and not practicing. Enough profiting from religions. Enough false prophets and rapists. Stop the war. You don't realize the damage you're creating. Since we are equal and no one is superior to anything, only God is. And God wants you to stop the war, because otherwise nature will take other measures to put an end to your ambition for power and the crimes against humanity. Let's take conscience and let's take charge of our mistakes.